rising in the air so thin. Pete's carport creaks beneath the din.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and today we're going to be diving into my friend's 1997 Mercedes cl600. This is the coupe version of the Legend. So this has the m120 v12 engine in it, and it's very difficult to work on. It is jam-packed in there, and if any of you guys know this car, you know finding a mechanic to work on these things is damn near impossible. And when you do find somebody, they typically either love these cars so much that you can trust them and you know you're going to get a decent price, or they're just going to take advantage of you because it's a difficult engine to work on. A lot of times they'll tell you they have to pull the motor and it ends up costing a fortune. And unfortunately for my friend, he has kind of had that happen to him. There's been work done that just wasn't done right, and now he's ran into a little bit of trouble with this car where the alternator is not charging. So I said, I've never done it. I've attempted a few things on this car now that have actually been successful. We did a recent video on his other S600, which was a sedan, and we changed out the thermostat. I was surprised at how easy that was, and I am pretty shocked right now at how easy it is to access the alternator in this car. So went ahead and got the car up on some ramps, nice and secure, got the e-brake set, and I'm going to slide up underneath this and show you guys what I think is going to work. So I want to try to change out the voltage regulator, and if you don't know, with all of these cars, especially if you have any W140, the alternators are very stout. They are a Bosch alternator that seems to last forever, except for the brush packs. Now, they made these brush packs pretty inexpensive and pretty easy to change out, and a voltage regulator is connected to this brush pack. So typically what you're going to do is swap out the whole voltage regulator, and that will take care of your brush packs. And what those are is they kind of wear down, and that's what the alternator rides on. And as they wear down, you can lose your voltage, so your battery won't be charging, electronics will start going crazy, and that is the issues that he started having. And then now it just doesn't charge at all. So we are narrowing it down to hopefully the voltage regulator or possibly swapping the whole alternator out. But from what it looks like, I could not find any videos on this. I could not find any forums on exactly how to access the voltage regulator. And I got up underneath there, and typically they're attached to the back of the alternator, and this one I think has a cover over it, at least fingers crossed it does. So I went ahead and grabbed some tools. I noticed that there were a couple Phillips screws on there, so there was 3 of them that I saw that I think need to come off, and we've got a positive and a negative. Now I've got my battery disconnected, and I'm going to get down there right now. I'm going to show you guys the angle that I have, and hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed, this is the issue and we can pull it out. But we're going to spray down those screws because they are tiny. I don't want to strip them with some WD-40 first, and then we're going to try to pull that out, see what that voltage regulator looks like, make sure we can order the exact same part, and we'll try to order that in, swap it out on this video, and see if that fixes the problem, because it will be a very inexpensive fix, especially for this awesome car. So let's get under there and take a look. So I'm going to right now slide up under on the passenger side. So we're gonna slide right up underneath there, and you're gonna be able to see where this alternator is. So right when you go to slide up under the car, you're gonna see the alternator kind of right there. So not terribly hidden, but what I'm gonna do is come back this way, and we're gonna come up from this direction, and we can clearly see the back of that alternator. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo our positive and negative cables, and then take that cover off with those screws. Like I said, I'm gonna spray them down right now with some WD-40 and see if we can access our voltage regulator, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. There's the brush pack right back there on the bottom section. Now, in order to get that cover off, I had to kind of pull back on that hose right there. So I had to pull that hose up a little bit and was able to slide that cover off. Make sure you get that cover back on, but the brush pack is right there. So it's got the 2 Phillips head screws in it. Yep, and that's going to be it holding it in. We should be able to slide that right out and take a look at it. Well, guys, I could not believe how easy this voltage regulator was to get out, and take a look at the brushes. They are completely worn down. New ones are probably going to be up to here. I'm going to order in the new one and kind of show you guys a comparison. So fingers crossed, this is our problem. 99% sure it is. Obviously, other things could be wrong with this alternator, but I'm hoping that this is it, because we're going to resolve this for very, very little money and very little time invested, which is never the case with these V12s when it comes to a repair. So I'm very excited that he didn't send this to a shop and get charged $2,000, let's say, to change out an entire alternator, when this could be the issue right here. A very inexpensive part, very easy to access. There really was just these 3 screws right here, little tiny Phillips heads holding the casing on. This held down the 13 millimeter, held down the positive cable. There was an 8 millimeter, which I have to get from underneath the car, holding down the negative ground onto the alternator. And then once you get the casing off, there's 2 more Phillips screws holding this thing into its place. So very easy. It kind of fell out after I took the screws out. And I've got the 1 screw here, but I'm thinking the new one will come with them. But I'll grab the other screw up underneath the car. And just like that, you guys are going to see this in one video, but I'm going to order in the part. I'll show you guys the part number, and we're going to compare them side by side, get it in there, start it up, and see if we have a charge coming from our alternator. And just like that, guys, the part has arrived. I went ahead and ordered this from FCP Euro. It is a Bosch part. The part number right there is 19872377075, and it was like less than $11, so like $10 and change, which I could not believe, because if we can get this thing back on the road for that type of cost, this is going to be incredible. Now, let's go ahead and open up this box and take a look at the difference. Now, I did cheat, and I opened it up at home, and the one little rod there, the longer one, does look like it's got a lot of life left on it, but it is worn in a U shape, so I don't know if that's going to have any effect on it. And the other one is definitely worn significantly down, but you can see here, even the one with the little U shape is kind of worn down a little bit, but fingers crossed, this is going to be the repair. Now, it did not come with the screws. I was lucky enough to get back into the car, and I found the other screw that was hanging out up in the frame of the car, so I went ahead and got that back down. Now, make sure you don't lose yours. Use a magnet if you're pulling them out, because it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to get back up in there now and go ahead and put this part in and see if it fixes our problem. Okay, I hope you guys can see that, but this was not an easy thing to get in. I had to kind of come through this side with this hand, but I had to insert the voltage regulator through this part of the frame. So I just kind of put one hand through there without really being able to see anything, then grab it with this other hand, and then come back over here with the light, slide it in, and then try to get those screws up in there while holding it. It took a few tries. Now, the other thing was making sure the regulator was placed properly, because there is 2 sides to it. When I get out from under here, I'm going to show you guys on the one we took out. So I had to go back to the video to check, but I was able to verify that this side here with the little metal tab that just kind of goes down versus the pieces that go the other direction. So I believe that's going to be correct, because it was working before. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get out from underneath here and show you guys on the other one. And this is all screwed in, so I'm going to get the wires put back on off camera, and we're going to see if this thing works. Well, guys, unfortunately, the voltage regulator did not solve the issue in this car, but it was definitely worth the try, especially at the cost of the voltage regulator. Now what I'm going to do is drive this over to a mechanic friend of mine's shop and have it with him so he can go ahead and repair this, because I just don't have the time. I've got other projects I need to jump on, and I just want to get this thing resolved for my friend so he can start enjoying the car. Now, I do want to say that if you try this out and it works, what a world of savings it'll be. So I really hope this video helps at least a few of you guys out there on trying to resolve your charging issues, especially on your V12 W140 C140 motors. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video.